How Saudi Arabia is funding the next Bitcoin empire. Have you ever wondered why Saudi Arabia, a kingdom built on oil, is suddenly diving into Bitcoin, AI, and blockchain infrastructure? While the headlines still talk about oil and petrodollars, behind the scenes, Saudi Arabia is engineering one of the boldest global shifts in economic power, and Bitcoin is at the center of it. In today's video, we're going to break down exactly how Saudi Arabia is quietly funding what could become the next Bitcoin empire, and how it impacts your money, your freedom, and the future of global finance. Let's get into it. The vision beyond oil. To understand where this is all going, we have to go back to Vision 2030, Saudi Arabia's $1 trillion plan to transition away from oil dependency. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman isn't just trying to build fancy smart cities. He's trying to reconstruct the very backbone of Saudi economy. Instead of oil revenue, Saudi Arabia wants sovereign control over future technologies like blockchain, artificial intelligence, and decentralized finance. This is more than economic strategy. It's geopolitical chess, and Bitcoin is one of the kings on the board. The Bitcoin strategy. Most people think of Bitcoin as a Western or libertarian idea. But here's what they don't realize. Saudi Arabia is now actively funding Bitcoin mining infrastructure, acquiring equity in blockchain tech firms, and partnering with countries like El Salvador and China to build energy-backed digital asset networks. Let's look at some examples. In 2024, Saudi Aramco quietly backed a partnership with a U.S. mining operation to supply low-cost natural gas for Bitcoin mining. NEOM, the $500 billion futuristic city, is actively integrating blockchain payment rails. The Public Investment Fund, PIF, has invested in blockchain infrastructure firms in Switzerland and Singapore, two crypto-friendly hubs. They're not just investing in crypto, they're absorbing the rails of future financial settlement. Energy is the new hash rate. Bitcoin mining requires massive amounts of energy. While the US is shutting down or over-regulating miners, Saudi Arabia is doing the opposite, offering cheap, abundant energy to miners and building the logistics and security infrastructure needed to attract international blockchain players. Here's the key insight. Whoever controls the global hash rate controls the global monetary grid. Saudi Arabia understands this. They already control oil. Now they're moving to control digital energy too. And they're doing it through strategic mining partnerships, energy export deals, and state-backed digital asset projects. Partnering with the enemies of the dollar. Saudi Arabia is also aligning with countries that have been boxed out of the US-led financial system. In 2024, Saudi Arabia joined BRICS: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. These countries are openly building alternatives to SWIFT, alternative currencies, and yes, Bitcoin-based trading systems. El Salvador's ambassador recently confirmed Saudi interest in Bitcoin bonds. China is already building central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, pipelines through Saudi-backed oil deals. The writing is on the wall. Saudi Arabia is shifting allegiance from petrodollar system toward a new digital asset world, with Bitcoin at the foundation. This isn't a bet, it's a hedge against US control. Why Bitcoin works for Saudi interests? Now you might ask, why would a monarchy want to back a decentralized technology? The answer is simple and plain. Bitcoin gives them leverage without having to rely on the US dollar. And here's why. Bitcoin is borderless, which allows global oil trading without Western oversight. It stores energy value, which Saudi Arabia has. It's uncensorable, which means geopolitical enemies can't freeze their assets. It also allows the kingdom to appease the West with futuristic projects while building sovereign digital control internationally, internally. Think of Bitcoin as a financial escape hatch. For Saudi Arabia, it's not about ideology, it's about options. How Neom could become the new crypto capital. Now, let's talk about Neom, the massive smart city project. Neom isn't just about architecture, it's a test bed for economic redesign. Within Neom, Saudi Arabia can bypass traditional laws and run blockchain experiments, AI infrastructure, and digital currencies without resistance. There are already reports of Neom exploring Bitcoin salary payments, NFT land registries, and even AI-governed financial hubs. Have you ever seen sci-fi movies about fully tokenized economies? Neom is turning that into reality, and is all funded with all money being converted into digital sovereignty. The West is sleeping on this. While the West debates over SEC lawsuits and ETF approvals, Saudi Arabia is quietly building the back end of the next financial order. They're not fighting regulation. They're funding infrastructure, alliances, and hash rate. And when the moment is right, they'll flip the switch and offer the world an all-backed, AI-secured, blockchain-settled alternative to the dollar. We're not saying Saudi Arabia will dominate Bitcoin, but they're putting themselves in position to profit from every Bitcoin transaction that happens in the future global south. This is the real game. What you should do right now. So what does this mean for you? Follow the energy flows. Bitcoin will go where energy is cheapest and politics are most favorable. Right now, that's the Middle East and BRICS nation. Think globally. Don't just follow the US narrative. Watch what Saudi Arabia, China, and Russia are building. They're the architects of the next currency war. Diversify your exposure. Own some Bitcoin directly. Consider mining stocks or ETFs with exposure to Middle Eastern energy. Stay ahead of regulation. Saudi Arabia's plan isn't about abandoning oil. It's about transforming energy into digital power. And by funding Bitcoin infrastructure, they're quietly building leverage that can reshape global finance for decades. If you thought the petrodollar era was powerful, get ready for the hash rate energy empire powered by all rich sovereigns who know the future is digital. Thanks for watching, and if you want more breakdowns like this, subscribe and drop a comment below. Your financial sovereignty depends on staying 10 steps ahead, and we're here to help you do just that. Start stacking today. Join Coinbase with my link in the description and get free Bitcoin just for signing up. Don't wait.